Today we were here as the NEC members. We had our NEC meeting to deliberate the issues on how we are going to strengthen our party at the grassroots level, on the issues of doing recruitment of our parties, and how we are going to do the official launching of our recruitment, which is going to be next month. Again, we also have received members from 5 counties today, very senior members from Tharaka Nithi, Meru, Embu, Isiolo, and Narok. We have received members, strong members from those parties. And as a party, we are looking forward to receive more members and to work with all the members from all the counties in this country, because Wiper now is the party to watch, with a candidate who is going to solve the issues of this country in terms of cost of living, the high price of petrol, education, and everything else. So we have a solution as a party, a Wiper party, that we have a candidate who will solve the problems of this country once we elect him as our president in 2027. So in that issue, we are actually strengthening our party. We are working on our grassroots levels of our structures and our registration of our memberships. Yeah? As you can see, we have received members today from 5 counties, and that is what we are keeping on doing, and we will be receiving more and more every day. We thank you so much. In case you have any question, yeah? The question is *509#, then you follow the instructions. Thank you.
Yeah, I think what I have to say is this, that the country is really yearning for sobriety. And it is yearning for concentration and for people can sit down and solve these problems. Usually what happens, if you look around the world, is any new government in office will succeed in the first year. When any government fails in the first year, because look, government works in 3 years. The 4th and the 5th year usually is the election. So if you fail in the first year, there's no guarantee you can go anywhere in the other 2. So we have a problem, and we think we have a solution, because we have a Kibaki type candidate. Remember, the best president we ever had is Mwai Kibaki. You didn't see him in the streets. You didn't see him in foreign capitals. He sat down, he worked, and he delivered for us. So the country is looking for that again, to reconnect, because I think we disconnected. I don't want to say what I was actually going to say. Maybe it's not correct. But let me say this. I think we made a mistake in 2013. That is where we should trace our problem, 2013. Because and we not done that. And we taken that Mzee and the Kalonzo Musyoka, they would have followed the Kibaki's policies. So we departed from that as a country, and we really need to begin to think about ourselves, because we have not been seriously thinking. So for us, from Meru, we see Kalonzo as the answer, because it's in demeanor, it's collectiveness, it's in diplomacy. When you look, it's presidential. Is a very well-balanced Kenyan. Is somebody that, if this country is lucky to have in 2027, then you are very likely going to produce for ourselves another Kibaki, and that can only be good for us. Because right now, the country is in a very tricky situation. And I think everybody can see that. So, we think all this delegation here, which has come to support the Kalonzo Musyoka, we think he's the best candidate, and we are very proud to be associated with him. Thank you.
Thank you.
And more are coming. I want to say this, as Wiper Party, we are going to refurb ourselves. We have very clear strategies, and we have a very clear plan for the country, to save this country and to struggle it out of the yokes of the new colonizers. the new colonizer globally is the Kenya Kwanza government. They are colonizing Kenyans. And I want to say that as Wiper and all Kenyans of goodwill of thinking will be able to muscle any good think tank for this country to save it from the yoke of high cost of living, high cost of fuel, and the east of stealing from public coffers. We are yet to see, and we want to call upon all the agencies to work independently and move with speed to tell us what is this G to G on oil matters. Because within a week, so much has been spoken about it. But all the agencies which are supposed to deal with corruption, all the agencies which are supposed to deal with getting to the bottom line of this issue must move with speed and tell Kenyans, are we going to see the cost of fuel coming down? Are you going to tell us who is G to G? Are you going to tell us who received the fuel? Are you going to tell us where the fuel is? And as Wiper Party, we are going to stand firm and call a spade on this government. Barack Obama, the president of the United States, then made less than 30 trips overseas in 8 years. Our own year is heading to almost 100 trips in a year. What are you looking for out there when Kenyans are suffering here? What policy will you come from? I saw your deputy president saying that hatutaki wazungu hapa. Kama hutaki wazungu, unaenda huko kufanya nini? Shida za Wakenya hazitatatuliwa Ujerumani. Shida za Wakenya hazitatatuliwa na hizi trip mingi unataka kwenda. Kitu ile tunataka kuona, ulituambia ukiweka Biblia chini utadili na sisi uhakikishe maisha imekuwa rahisi. Kumbe ulikuwa unaweka Biblia chini, uongeze bei la unga, uongeze bei la mafuta, uongeze school fees, ufinye wa Kenya na waanze kujigamba. Nimesema hivi na hatutarudi nyuma. Ukoloni mambo leo lazima ishe Kenya hii, kwa sababu wa Kenya wameumia. And I want to thank all the delegation from all those counties and tell you we are going to move forward to liberate this country. And moving forward, you are going to see more of us moving to every corner of the world to tell the world the truth, what is happening in Kenya, and the savior of this country come 2027 or before 2027 is Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka and Azimio, na Azimio tutakaa imara tukiwa hatuna bugudha yoyote na mtu yoyote. Mungu abariki Kenya. Kenya tuendelee kuvumiliana, lakini lazima tutoke kwa ukoloni mamboleo ya Kenya kwanza.
Thank you.
Leadership, and actually us as Maasais from Narok, we are also thirsty for good leadership. Just as my colleagues have said, we have a Kibaki in Kalonzo Musyoka. And we have seen that he's a trustable man. His Excellency Kalonzo Musyoka can take us to a better place. The economy is crying. The country is crying. Where is our savior? Tulidanganywa hustlers. They say that they are going to lift people from down up. But what are we saying? Fuel, mama mbogas, everybody is crying. So we want a person who can bring us back to sanity. And that is Kalonzo Musyoka. And that is what we have seen, and we are moving. And masses are going to move to Wiper. And Kalonzo will be the next president 2027. Watch the space. Thank you.
Thank you. I want to respond on the issue of bipartisan talks. Bipartisan talks, we know question the omission, and also our main agenda, of which, if we are not going to agree, it will never take that talks anywhere. It is the main agenda, it's the cost of living for Kenyans. Exactly. If the cost of living for Kenyans would not go down, that bipartisan talks will never go anywhere. Yeah? So that is as simple as that. That our main agenda, there are so many issues, but our priority is the cost of living, because Kenyans are suffering. Wazazi wanaumia, school fees imepanda, maisha imepanda, kila kitu imepanda, and we cannot afford to continue like this for the next 4 years. Yeah? hata kama ni kwa street, hata kama ni impeachment, we have a constitution which is very clear. It gives the mwananchi the powers to do whatever they can do to ensure that their lives is in control and the powers. Yeah? Kama ni street, kama ni impeachment, tutaenda. We have 4 years. We can't afford to continue suffering for the next 4 years. For 1 year, we have had enough. We cannot continue like that. Yeah? Thank you.
Asante. Asante sana ndugu yangu. Najua unataka kuelewa kama msimamo wetu uko na azimio. Nataka kueleza ya kwamba msimamo wetu uko na azimio, na ile ya muhimu, msimamo wetu uko na Wakenya wote. Kenyans have endorsed Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. Kwa hivyo maneno ingine, watch the space. Yeah. This time, watch the space. And I said, 100% of hustlers are speaking to Kalonzo Musyoka. And watch this space.
Thank you.
Watch this space.
Asante. Sawa sawa?
Asante.
Labda muweze kutuambia what you've discussed today.
Yes. Kwa majina naitwa Gideon Muliungi. Mheshimiwa ya Mwingi Central Constituency na treasurer ya hii chama ya Wiper. Leo tumekuwa na mkutano wa NEC tukikaribisha wageni ambao wanataka kusimama na Wiper, na tumejipanga, tunataka kujipanga kuliko wale wengine wanajipanganga. Na leo tumekaribisha wageni wengi kutoka kaunti mingi ambao watasimama na chama ya Wiper katika kila sehemu, kila position, kutoka MCA mpaka governor. Na leo tumeamua ya kwamba 2027 Kalonzo Musyoka is the option, is the best option for Kenya, because wale wako ndani saa hii wameharibu. Na Kalonzo ni trustworthy, sio mtu wa kudanganya ovyo ovyo kama hao wako kwa kiti. Na leo meli ya Wiper imenoa nanga na tunaelekea 2027, na hakuna stage ya kusimama, tunaenda mbio mbio express mpaka 2027. Asante.
Is really pointing out at massive registration by Wiper, so that as many people as possible can join Wiper and can register to be Wiper members. We have our number *509#, and after that you are guided how to fill in to become a member. We are going to do membership drive in the country, and we are going to have people elected in the whole country as members of Wiper leadership in the Wiper party. We are part of the coalition of Azimio. We are in discussion with our partners, and we are going to work together with our partners. But most important, Kenyans, and especially the young Kenyans, are very anxious as to what is the future of Kenya. I'm very happy a lot of young people are interested in Wiper, are interested in leadership. Honorable Muliungi and myself and Honorable Mbilo started leadership when we were young. 2007. And therefore we want to encourage a lot of young people to join political party politics, so that they can also be elected and they can take charge of their country. We have also to encourage young people to register as voters once IBC is established, and also to register as Kenyans before their identity card becomes expensive. So that if you have turned 18, you need to participate. But most important, cost of living must come down. If Kenyans are tired, the so-called G2G we have discovered is more expensive than the world market for oil because of commissions, budgeted corruption, skewed corruption, and a few people making themselves rich and leaving many Kenyans suffering. So I really want to call upon all young people to wake up and take charge of their country. They are 72%, they can decide and make sure that the leadership of this country is in the right hands.
And maybe
it's just an excuse. When President Kibaki came to power, he did not blame President Moi for anything. He went on. In the first 100 days, there was a change. In fact, upon his election, the shilling gained against the dollar. The biggest problem in Kenya is corruption. And the current government is encouraging corruption instead of fighting corruption. We have enough systems to fight corruption in this country, and it is not happening. So really, I'm encouraging young people, and there are very many young people willing to fight corruption in Kenya. There are many Kenyans willing to fight corruption. That's the biggest disease in Kenya. So the current government has encouraged corruption instead of fighting it. In fact, if you are corrupt and you have corrupt money, you are more of a star than an honest living Kenyan. I know a lot of Kenyans are honest. We want the right things to be done in this country, and a country succeeds or fails on the leadership it has. So we are encouraging young people to take control of their country. We want them to run for office. We want young people to run for MP, we want young people to run for Senate, we want young people to run for governor. It begins now. It begins with your identity card. It begins be active in a political party, and it also begins by participating in the election itself. And many, many Kenyans are willing to elect young Kenyans. So my plea today is to ask young Kenyans to register in a political party. The wiper registration is star 509 #, and then you are guided. So we'll be going back around, we'll be going to the grassroots. We'll go to all areas. We'll drive registration campaigns, and after that we'll conduct party elections. Threat issued by the leader of majority in Senate, Honorable Cheriot, that they are dying with the levies and the taxes on housing. This housing thing is a fallacy. So what we are expecting the bipartisan people to do, number one, to reduce the cost of living means you must amend the Finance Act according to the demands of Kenyans. And then you begin to address cost of living. All the levies and the taxes which have been done illegally through fraud in the National Assembly must be reversed. Otherwise, that tough talk that you must do housing for, to Kenyans by force and without consulting them is really ridiculous. That threat by Honorable Cheriot is empty. It is selfish. Kenyans have to be consulted in every move before a law is made. We are already gone to court on the Finance Act, and we are expecting judgment on 28th from the three-judge bench led by Justice Majanja. And Kenyans are expecting a lot that the finance bill has to be revisited, adjusted, so that Kenyans can bear the cost of living. When you increase taxes and you increase the cost of living, you kill small businesses, money stops circulating. That's why when they increase the cost of fuel, many people are no longer using fuel, and the country has made big losses. It is a time we expect the bipartisan talks to favor Kenyans and to follow all the ideas that were given during public participation by Kenyans.
Thank you.